Hello to all you beautiful souls out there, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. Thank you so much for checking out this reading today. Of all the places you could be, I'm so happy and honored to have you here with me. Alright, so today's video is all about what could be blocking your blessings. So if you're feeling like your blessings are being held up, or like your manifestations aren't working, or like they're not coming through as quickly or as abundantly as you'd like, then this reading could offer some insight as to what could be hindering your divine gifts or your divine blessing. So just really quickly, blockages can come from anywhere. We can inherit blockages through our environment, our ancestral lines, even our own actions or lack thereof. So we're going to be getting a nice detailed look as to exactly what these energetic obstructions could be in your life. So there's good and not so good energy around us all the time. And I know some people don't necessarily believe in bad energy or whatnot, but I believe that bad or negative or dense energy definitely does exist, and it can work against us sometimes, because if this dark energy didn't exist, then what are we fighting to protect and defend in spirituality? My theory is we're all fighting a spiritual war here, especially here on earth. But even with that dark energy being around and being present, that's still okay, because we are so much stronger than our challenges. We've been kicking ass for a long time, whether we give ourselves that credit or not. Before we get into this reading though, let me just say that this is a general reading, not a personal one. So in order for this reading to really speak to your spirit, it's important for you to be intuitively synced into this reading. So to help you get your own psychic abilities going, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. In about 30 seconds through the meditation, I will be adding crystals to each pile for those that like to choose with crystals on each pile. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And we will go on ahead and get into that meditation right now. Alright, you guys, so I've added some crystals to each of the piles. On pile 1 here, we have some hematite. On pile 2 here, just a smoky quartz. And pile 3, a blue lace crystal. Okay, so I'll give you guys another 30 seconds with the crystals on the piles. Alright, so hopefully that meditation was enough time for you guys to match my vibe here and get synced into the reading. If not, then feel free to go ahead and pause the video. But for those of you that are ready to get to your message, the timestamps are in the description box and the comment section down below. Again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to tune into my channel. I appreciate it more than you know. Now for the moment that we've all been waiting for, let's check out where your blessings are at and what's been blocking. Alright, in pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and take a look at your cards to see what blockages you may have that are impeding your blessings or holding your blessings up. Right, so let's go ahead and start off with this card all the way over here. This is going to be showing me what it is that you kind of need right now in your life. We have the Star. Okay, so right now I see my pile number 1's rebuilding from something that was meant to break you down. What happened wasn't a form of punishment to you, but it was destined to happen. I'm seeing so many of you starting over with nothing and being more at peace now than what you were when you had everything, quote unquote. It's kind of like where you were before. Like, yeah, you may have been materially blessed and fulfilled, but you still weren't at peace. And I'm seeing you almost say, yeah, I have to start all over. Yeah, it may not be easy, but at least this time what I rebuild will be mine. And what my pile number one's need right now is hope for the future and patience. Please just trust in where you are right now, because it's exactly where you're supposed to be. So you may have been wondering lately if you made the right decision to leave certain things or people behind, but this card right here, the star, is major confirmation that you are exactly where Spirit wants you to be, and to please trust in Spirit's plan, because this plan is far more intricate and complex than you can see right now. At this point, all you may be able to see is all the work that needs to be done and everything that goes into that. But what the universe sees right now is potential, and so much of it. Now the universe can finally give you your blessings because you've been removed from the environment that you were in. Sometimes Spirit and the universe hinders our blessings because it doesn't want the people or things around us to benefit off of what's been promised to us. There were people around you that have their own work to do, and their own soul needs to grow, mature, and evolve more. These individuals weren't evolved enough spiritually to profit off of your blessings. You've been through it, and those were your tears, your blood, your sweat, and your hardships that you went through. They didn't have to endure what you did, and the universe knows that. So trust that Spirit sees all, because these individuals haven't put in the work that you have, and because these individuals haven't been where you've been, this was not their blessing to claim. They have their own journey. This blessing that you've been waiting for is yours and yours only. If these people would have benefited off of your blessings, this may have hindered their own growth or stunted their own personal growth. And this blessing that you've been waiting for is yours and yours only. It only belongs to you. Be patient and stay focused, because it may not feel like it right now, but Spirit and the universe is smiling down on you. You see these two jars here that the star has in her hand? As you can see, she has these two jars in her hand. It's like these two jars have an infinite source of water pouring out of them, enough water to fill a pool and create 5 streams of water. As you can see, there's like 5 streams of water over here, and there's this big pool over here. That's what I see for you, is an infinite source of supplies. These stars up here on the star card is representative of Spirit, and this to me is saying that Spirit is here witnessing everything it is that you've been put through. These stars here are reminders that Spirit is with you every single step of the way. This feels kind of like Neptunian, Piscean sort of energy right here, because it's so healing. This feels like very healing energy for me. So this is a very healing time for you. It may not feel like it, but you are being worked on internally and externally. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this card over here, because this is going to show what kind of blessings you've been trying to call into your life, this middle card. Whether you've just been focused on them, working on them, trying to attract them in your life, actively trying to attract them into your life, or you've just been very focused on them, thinking about them, daydreaming, things like that. So let's see. And we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Oh my God. So what I see here with this 9 of Cups is you just want to be good on your own. Like, I see the blessing that you've been trying to call in is self-sustainability. You want to be able to be good on your own. You want to be able to look in the mirror and like what you see without another person giving you a compliment. Or you want to be able to financially support yourself without asking for help from another person. You want to be able to love yourself, whether or not there's a soulmate in your life or a relationship in your life. Or you want to be able to feel hopeful for the future without blessings falling out of the sky. Maybe you want to be able to feel faith, love, prosperity, abundance, and happiness on your own without needing anything or anyone else. And I believe some of you may have just come out of an experience where you were pretty reliant on someone or something else that ended up not being as secure and reliable as you thought they were. Someone may have sold you a dream that you cashed in on, and some part of you blames yourself for trusting them. But do not, okay? Do not blame yourself in any capacity. This happened so you could power through and realize just how independent you truly are on your own. This person or situation showed their ass, or they showed their true colors, so you could see, hey, I don't need them anymore. I am so damn abundant on my own that I have enough love, happiness, abundance to give to myself, just like these stars in the star card here. She's holding those jars with the infinite amount of resources in them. Even though those jars seem small, they somehow are able to keep up with providing enough to create these 2 pools of water here. You are more than enough. And if you don't feel that way just yet, that's okay. It's a part of your divine process right now to feel like you are not enough, because it's the only way for you to see the truth one day. The truth being that infinite source lives within you. I cannot find an infinite source. You cannot find an infinite source in anything or anyone else, because those other people also need to be able to sustain themselves. So you can't take from anyone or anywhere else. This realization will open your eyes to see that source of joy, love, peace, happiness, and health lives within you and nowhere or no one else. How will you know or learn that you're enough if you've never questioned it, if you've never been put in a position to question if you were enough? There's no way for you to learn that you are enough, you know? So this is going to develop so much strength and faith within yourself and spirit. It's just amazing. So let's go ahead and check out this third card over here, because this is going to reveal the actual blockages that are in the way of your blessings. Okay, so let's see what we got. The Empress. That's interesting. It's interesting to see the Empress as a blockage. So one thing that I'm picking up here with this Empress card, one major blockage that I'm picking up is not being able to clearly state what you want just yet. Maybe you're still in a space like the Star over here, where she's kind of in a place of euphoria that's been induced by shock and trauma, something very traumatic happening to her. And if you're still there, that's totally okay. Like I said, you are exactly where you are supposed to be, no matter what that means for you on an emotional level. Your emotions are divine, and that's what makes them pure, is because we can't control our feelings and emotions. Our feelings and emotions are undiluted energies that come straight from the subconscious, aka the divine. We do a disservice to ourselves when we try to push down or suppress how we feel, because our feelings are instinctive receptors that are triggered because they're trying to communicate on a spiritual level what's going on in our energetic body or our spirit or our aura or whatever it is that you call it. That's basically the divine itself saying, hey, pay attention to your spirit. The reason that you're feeling this way, feeling this emotion right now, it's for a reason. So don't be upset or ashamed of your feelings. Those are sensations that came straight from divine energy. So make sure you are clearly stating what it is that you want and need, because the only way to know accurately what those things are is to listen to those divine emotions and sensations. Another blockage here that I'm getting is receiving without doing. So if you want more self-love, you have to supply it, just like the jars in the Star card here, okay? She's supplying or creating her own pools of water. You have to do the same exact thing. We can't just say to the universe or spirit, this is what I want, and expect it to come if we don't create an environment or opportunity to receive those things. Everything has a price. Everything in existence has a price. Everything it is that we could want or need has a price. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about price as far as energy. Energy is currency to the spiritual realm. Okay, so the price for self-love, for instance, is loving yourself unconditionally through the good and the bad. You can't love yourself on occasion, right? Just for instance, I'm just using this as an example. If you needed help with loving yourself or something, so this is just an example. You can't love yourself on occasion, right? You can't tell yourself you only look beautiful when you have makeup on or a nice outfit, or just because someone else said it to you. No, the hard, real, genuine, true work is in saying, damn, I'm beautiful in sweats and no makeup, and truly believing that, truly looking in the mirror and seeing things in your features that genuinely make you feel good and confident. It's easier to see those things that we like in makeup and a nice outfit because they're all done up, right? But that makeup and that outfit, they come off after the day is over. Will you still love yourself then? And this example goes for everything. If you want more self-esteem or to be more successful, how are you creating a space and opportunity for that to happen in your life? We are the 3D vehicles in this physical realm, right? That's why we have this flesh, bone, blood, and body, right? Because we are the 3D vehicles in the physical realm. The spiritual realm works with energy. Energy, when sent here to the physical realm, materializes into physical form because energy has to comply with the realm that it is currently in. So when spirit and the universe is working for us on the energetic realm, it needs us to do the other half of the work on the physical realm, on this end over here where we live at, so we can create space, opportunity, and potential for the energy that we want to materialize in our life. So the major blockage here is not doing enough physical labor to bring in these blessings. We have to align our physical environment with the energetic environment that the divine is creating on the spiritual realm. So both planes of existence have to be in alignment with each other for them both to materialize, So make sure you are in complete and total alignment. Have faith. Truly believe that what you want is yours. Are you having doubts? Are you speaking negativity out into the air in the stratosphere? If people only knew just how much power our breath and words had, we would not be speaking and thinking as we do now. Okay, so get really, really clear about what exactly it is that you want, and then create that physical space for it to happen. And make sure that as you're creating the space and waiting for your blessings to come, that you are also aiding the support of your blessings by speaking and thinking in alignment with what it is that you want. All right. So let's go on ahead and take a look at you guys' oracle cards to see what else we have going on here. And the very first one that we have is Lower World. Okay, so that's exactly what I was kind of feeling throughout this reading, is that the energy that you may be feeling right now is definitely not in alignment with those blessings that you want and need. The blessings that you want are operating at such a high frequency, and whatever frequency that you are operating on is so extremely important to be aware of, because when you engage with the frequency that you are currently on by thought and words and actions, you are essentially opening a door or a portal to that specific energy that you are operating on. So if you are feeling down or heavy, that means that you are operating on a lower frequency. So when you speak, think, and act on that channel or frequency, you are opening that door to only that wave or frequency, and you can only attract whatever wave you are operating on. So please keep that in mind. I hope that made sense, but basically, whatever wave it is that you're on is what you can attract. So if you are operating at a low level, you can only attract other low vibrational things. It's just kind of like saying, like, the more that we find to celebrate in life, the more that life gives us things to celebrate. It's kind of like that. All right, so let's go on ahead and look at the next card here. And we have Magic. And I love this card. She almost looks like an angel to me. So this is telling me that a higher power, whether that be your angels or spirit itself, something divine is protecting your blessings right now. It may be because you are still coming out of that heavy situation or a painful experience, like the Star card here. And so energetically, you might not be feeling too upbeat and positive just yet. But like I said, trust your process. You're going to learn how to pull your own self out of this lower world all on your own. That's the magic and the lesson here. Once you learn this and rebuild, just like the Star card, you're going to emerge like a phoenix, but stronger and wiser. All right. The next card we have is Teaching. Exactly. There's so much that you still need to learn first before Spirit gives you this blessing, but you are learning right now. Spirit is teaching you right now. It may not seem like it, like I was saying, but you are getting somewhere. Just trust in your own divine process. There's so much to learn here. There's so much magic to learn here. Victim. Wow, these cards, man. Okay, so this is what I was feeling for you, is you've been through it. Like, you have endured so much. Like, so much. It's so heavy right now. Doing this reading for pile number 1, it's very heavy because I can feel your pain, and I can feel you fighting to keep your head above water, and you feel like you're drowning or like there's nothing you can do. You are not. a victim. This did not happen to you or against you. The universe does not hate you. Spirit is not punishing you. Spirit is blessing you right now. It just doesn't feel like it yet. One day you are going to look back on what you've been through, and you are going to feel so thankful for all of those bruises and tears and heartache and letdowns and setbacks and disappointments and the times that you felt like giving up. You're going to be so thankful for each of those moments, because you will come out of this place victorious and with your head held high. Nothing feels like a better win than when you come out of a situation that you were not supposed to win. When you come out of a situation that was supposed to have broken you or beaten you down or defeated you, and you win in that situation, there's no sweeter of a feeling than that. No more feeling sorry for yourself. It's time for you to start celebrating. You are a winner. You haven't been defeated. Don't let this world kill your happiness and turn you cold or make you bitter. You are too special to allow your soul to die like that. You keep fighting. I know you're tired, but you are almost there. You just don't know it or see it yet. But the more you celebrate, the more the universe gives you to celebrate. No more victim mentality. No more feeling like a victim. No more feeling like you can't do something or be something because of what the world or others have done to you or said to you. You can be happy and successful, rich, prosperous, abundant, and loved. You have an infinite supply, and it is your birthright to live that type of a life, okay? And let's look at the very last card here. We have Ancestral Light. Okay, so another blockage here. This stone talks about finding the treasures hidden in your past, taking healing way back and bringing forward soul learning, bringing these lessons learned into your future, but letting go of the past experiences that created it. Disease or dis-ease is something that is passed down through the ancestral line. These diseases came from repressed emotions, traumas, and painful dramas that our ancestors had to endure. Ancestors are all those that have come before us, not just our bloodline. And when we heal them, we heal ourselves and vice versa. So energy goes both ways, not just one. It goes in every single different way. It's completely formless. That's the beautiful thing about energy. So many things, issues, and behaviors we inherited, honestly. And it's time to let the past go completely. You deserve to live freely and without the weight of anyone's past. Heal yourself, focus on your process, and you will inadvertently heal the past that happened even before you. This will unlock your many blessings that are meant solely for you. This is so beautiful, pile number one. You guys literally had me on the verge of tears a couple times throughout this reading, because I feel you guys so much, but you guys are going to be so okay. Like I said, you're being blessed right now. You just can't see it yet. So trust that and have faith in it. Please do not give up. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm sending you guys so much love, light, and support and strength. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some strength and love and clarity. And I hope that you guys come back to visit me sometime soon. Please stay strong, and I'll be back next time. All right. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number two, welcome to your reading. So let's go on ahead and take a look at your cards to see what blockages you may have that are hindering your blessings. So we're going to be starting off with this card all the way over here to the left, and this is going to be showing me what it is that you kind of need in your life right now. The very first card that we have is the World in reverse. Okay. So what you need right now, pile number two, I'm getting is security. I think you feel very displaced right now, or like everything is sort of up in the air. I see you trying so many different things to make ends meet, and it's like nothing is working. So this could be financially, emotionally. I just feel like you're almost reaching for anything that you think will help or sustain you or give you that sort of security that you've been looking for. Because you just want stability. That's it. That's all you want. You just want this thing or that relationship or this job or this idea or this plan to work out. It's like I can hear you say, as long as this pans out in the way that I need it to and the way that I want it to, then I'll be okay. Then I'll be happy. Once I get here, it's like crossing the finish line. Then I'll have my happiness. But that's the thing. We can't always plan life out, and happiness isn't always so easily attained, especially when we're looking for it in other places. So usually when we try to create some sort of firm plan, it seems like that's when the universe comes in and says, no, what are you doing? I have something much better planned for you. I have something way better in store for you. And that's the thing. I feel as though you haven't found that one thing yet because you're going after things, people, objects, and plans that were never meant for you. They don't have much purpose or significance behind them because these things you're trying to make work are just simply a means to some sort of an end here. It's not where you're supposed to be. Like I was saying, for you, these things or people, whatever it is, it's just kind of like, well, once I attain this, once I get this, then I'll be happy, you know? So there's not really a lot of significance or substance behind these things. So it's not where you're supposed to be. And that's part of the issue that I'm picking up here is you're not where you belong. You don't know which door is yours to walk through because you have so very many pressures in life that are kind of closing in on you. It's like the room is getting smaller and these pressures are becoming greater. You may be feeling like, I don't have the ability or opportunity to figure things out because this needs to be paid and this or that person needs this and that, or I have to take care of this and that over here. So you never really had the chance or maybe freedom to go out and find that specific door that's meant for only you with just your name on it. Maybe no one ever told you to go out and look for that specific door before. So you didn't know any better other than to work and hustle for all that you have. But let me tell you something. Hustling is struggling. We are not supposed to hustle to provide for ourselves and our loved ones. You know why? There's more than enough resources out here for each and every human being to live their most abundant life. But many of us get caught in that trap of, I have to hustle because we have certain demands that either we've created or these demands were put on us. And because of those responsibilities, we don't have the option to tell our responsibilities to go sit nicely in the corner and wait for us to figure it out. But guess who is in control over all these responsibilities and demands and things? Spirit is, not society, not your peers, not anyone else, not even us. The same society and the same people that told you to go out and hustle told you to go out and hustle because either those people don't know any better themselves, or society was telling you to go out and hustle because society benefits off of you killing yourself to make ends meet. But no more of that. It's your time now to live your life. You just need to know you deserve to find that door with your name on it. No one may have ever told you that before, but you are worthy of living a life that's enjoyable and without struggle and stress. That is not a life. That is not living. All right, so let's go on ahead and check out this middle card here. And this is going to be showing me the blessings it is that you are either currently and actively trying to bring into your life, or these are things that you just really want and you've been really focusing and dreaming about. Okay, so let's take a look. And we have the Devil. That's interesting. I'm getting a lot with this right here. First and foremost, be very careful about what you think you want. And ask yourself, and I mean seriously, get down to the bottom of why you want what you want. Are the blessings you're asking for, are they material blessings? And if they are, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But that also depends on the reasoning behind why you want those things. Do you want material things because you want to show off? Or is it to prove a point to someone? Is it to improve your self-esteem? Is it to feel better or more important or more successful? Is it to make people think that you have it all? Is it to impress others? Do you want this person or relationship just so you're not alone anymore? Or just so you can get back at an ex maybe, or so you can feel more validated about something? Or is it because you just want to get married, maybe start a family? You know, like really get down to the bottom of what you want and why you want it, because the blessings that you think you want right now are going to cause more pain and hardship than you find yourself in right now. That's why I say there's nothing wrong with wanting material things or a relationship. Hell, if you want a mansion and 3 Bentleys outside your driveway, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We are supposed to, and we are entitled to enjoy the things of this world. But if the only way to these things is to neglect, hurt, or drain our spirit, then it's not right, and it is definitely not worth it. It's not the things we want that can hurt or kill or damage our soul. It's the reasons that cause the damage to our spirit and energy. As you can see, the people here in this card, they're tethered to each other. They're shackled around their neck, tethered to each other, and the devil is sitting on top of this union, okay? This card here is a play on the Lover's card, and the Lover's card is card number 6. This is card number 15. So this Devil card here is a play on the Lover's card, where in the Lover's card you see two individuals that are coming together in a holy union with an angel above them, sanctifying that union. In the Devil card here, that union or commitment or choice that was made between two individuals or between two entities has become toxic, dangerous, and it has now enslaved them. They are no longer free to grow, evolve, expand, and learn. Now they are tethered. Now they are trapped. Now they are enslaved. That's why the Lover's card was originally called the choice back in the day, because to make a commitment is to volunteer ourselves to some sort of cause or choice. So whatever it is that you desire, it's okay, but your reasons behind wanting these things is the problem. That's the culprit here. These reasons have shackled or bound you to an endless cycle of hustling and struggling because you have told and possibly convinced yourself that these things you want will make you happy, or they will provide you with some sort of peace, but they won't. So really take a brutally honest view of what you want and why, okay? And I'm going to take a look over here at this card. So this card is representative of the blockages. So basically the reason that you clicked on this video. So let's see what is actually blocking your blessings right now. Okay, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. All right, so what I'm getting with this 9 of Pentacles here is that your blockages are you. So these blockages, just stick with me, these blockages have been created by you, but it's actually for your own protection. Spirit is much smarter than we are as people because our physical eyes and our senses can't see or dissect energy. It's our spirit or our higher self that has that power, because our higher self came directly from the divine. That was Spirit's way of giving us some of its own divine energy and presence because we needed the guidance throughout this life, and Spirit knew that. So your higher self is blocking your blessings because it's trying to protect you and your true interests. See, in the Devil card here, these two don't know that they're bound to the devil. They have absolutely zero clue that they're bound to the devil. They just know that they are committed to this thing, whatever it was, because they want it or it feels good, but it weighs them down at the same time. That's why they have shackles around their necks. It's like eating unhealthy food, basically. Okay, so let's just take that for example. Eating unhealthy food, it's still food, right? You know, we can still eat it, we can still consume it, it can still, you know, give us energy or whatever the case. It can still provide our bodies with, you know, food that it needs to survive. So it's still food. But do we see what the unhealthy food does to our body, mind, and spirit? No, not right away. We never really do. It's usually not until we develop some sort of physical symptom or ailment that makes us realize the choices that we have been making have hurt us. So this Devil card can almost be seen as the too little too late card in the tarot, because we usually don't see the devil or the consequences until it's too late. But our higher self has that much power that you can't fool our higher self. Your higher self knows and sees everything way before we do. So you are actually being protected right now until you develop your own sense of awareness of your own actions and choices. So Spirit and your higher self, which is Spirit itself, that part of the divine that lives within us, is going to protect you from yourself. So once you develop that awareness, you will see very clearly how these choices are dangerous and damaging. And at that point, you will be able to revise your wants and needs to support your highest and greatest potential. So then you're going to be in alignment with Spirit and your higher self to bring in the blessings that are yours. So in other words, you will finally discover that specific door meant exclusively for you with your name on it. All right, so let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. The very first one that we have is Earth Keeper, the keeper and the protector of the physical earth plane. So this is confirmation right here for me that this higher power definitely has a hand right now in keeping your true interests safe until you can figure this out on your own. As well as this card is telling me that you are a little too concerned with material gains right now at the moment, and the reasons behind wanting wanting these material things have no sort of substance to actually fulfill you in the long run. These things will only make you happy for a time, but you will hurt yourself in the process. And I mean, cause some serious damages or some serious hurt and pain down the road that you're going to have to kind of deal with on it for a very long time if you keep telling yourself that you need these things so much that it is worth sacrificing a piece of yourself. Let's take a look at the next card, and we have Luminous Warrior. Wow. Okay, so there's a spiritual fight going on here. There's always spiritual warfare going on around us all the time. Your higher self is trying to make you see the truth, but these material things have blinded you to see the truth, like the Devil card here. Right here. But this card says Luminous Warrior, okay? So you have spirit and a powerful light on your side fighting for you, and they are trying to invoke the spiritual light warrior that lives within you. You are involved in spiritual warfare right now. You being on this reading is not coincidence. It's you beginning to open your eyes and see what's truly good for you versus what you want, because what you want is actually just what your ego wants, or your frontal lobe cortex, or the animal brain, aka this part of us doesn't necessarily know what's best for us, not the way that our higher self does. Okay, our higher self can see way down the road, where it's like our ego can only see what's right in front of us. So it's like, yeah, I want this or I want that because it would make me feel good for the moment. Though our higher self knows what it takes for us to feel fulfilled, at peace, and truly happy for the rest of our lives, and not just happy on like a conscious level, but happy on a spiritual level. That type of happiness is called joy, because it is something that lives within us. Joy is an infinite source of happiness and abundance and light and love. Okay, you are starting to see what spirit and your higher self need you to see. You are starting to fight back, and that's the only power that the devil or darkness has, is the fact that we can't see either of them. Right? I remember I heard somebody say one time, and it made so much sense. They were like, the greatest trick that the devil has ever played on mankind is by convincing us that he was never real in the first place, right? So when we don't know that there's an issue, we don't really know to fight it. We don't really know to fight anything because we don't think there's an issue. We don't see an issue, right? So it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, where it's like, well, if there's nothing here to fix, why am I going to try to fix anything? So when we're in the dark, can we see? No, we can't. But you are a luminous warrior. Emphasis on the word luminous here, which is illumination or light. So this light is bringing you awareness so you can see, to make your way out of the darkness. You're on your way to the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm actually really, really, really excited for my pile number 2s right now. Struggle. Look at that, you guys. This entire reading, I was talking about what? I was talking about the struggle and the hustle. I don't see these cards. I just kept saying the word struggle and hustle because that's what I was feeling with the world card over here. But so this card for me, it doesn't necessarily just reflect on you hustling to make ends meet, but it also talks about the fight between the light and the dark. Just kind of like here, it almost looks like there's a separation between a darker and a lighter side, right? And as you can see, there's a compass up here. So it's like, yeah, this is the way north, or this is the way to the light, or this is the way over here, over there. So for me, this card doesn't just reflect on you hustling to make ends meet, but it also talks about that fight between the light and the dark. So when we struggle, we're doing what? We're swimming against the stream. So no more of that, because spirit is liberating you from the struggle, from the hustle, from the pressures and the fears and the stress of really trying to make things work out. You took the first step as the warrior. You took the first step by opening your eyes. And because of that, the blockages are starting to be cleared away, because now you can see. And now what you see is, okay, so there is an issue over there. Let me go handle that so I can clear this out of the way, so I can receive what belongs to me. This is what your higher self and spirit wanted. This is exactly what they wanted and what they wanted you to see. They just wanted you to see what it is that you shackled yourself to, like down here at the devil card. And now you can clearly see. So, like if these people were to be able to see, oh my God, we actually have made a deal with the devil. like we've tied ourselves up to this crazy creature over here, they'd probably unshackle themselves, because they know it's bad for them. If we knew that that slice of cake 20 years down the line was going to cause cancer or, diabetes or something crazy, will we probably eat that slice of cake? No, we probably wouldn't. If we knew that that one decision was going to develop into something else years down the line, we probably wouldn't make that one decision. But that's the difference between the ego self and the higher self. The higher self can see 20 years down the line, a million years down the line. The ego can't. The ego can only see that slice of cake is going to taste really good. You know what I mean? So just an example. Do everything in moderation, right? The next card that we have here, look at that. I have goosebumps right now. This is what Spirit wanted or needed you to see, and now you do. I was just talking about illumination, the light and the dark, seeing your way out of the darkness. That's what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is awareness. It is being able to see. It is being able to say, I've opened my eyes. Now I can see. Now I can see what it is that I'm tied to. Now I can see that I'm tethered to this devil right here. This is what Spirit wanted or needed you to see, and now you do. Spirit has been rooting for you and has so much faith in you and had faith in you that you would figure it out. And look, you've arrived and you did this all on your own. This is how powerful and strong you truly are. Thank Spirit, thank your higher self, and then thank your own self for this amazing illumination and blessing. You can finally see, and that's so beautiful. And the very final card that we have over here is Labradorite. So Labradorite is the stone of the mind's eye, you guys. This stone is used to raise your consciousness to the mystical dimensions and the highest protective energies. So that would be like a guardian angel or your higher self, like I've been talking about in this whole reading. I knew something was protecting you, and that's exactly what Labradorite talks about. So that's what I was getting down here, was like, yeah, there's definitely your higher self is protecting you right now by holding up your blessings, because right now you're tethered to something that you don't need to be. And if those blessings were to come to you right now with you being still tethered to this devil, guess what that devil's going to do? The devil doesn't want anything good for you. He's going to take those blessings and he's going to gobble them right up. You're not going to have anything to enjoy, maybe for a moment, but it's not in the way that Spirit wants you to enjoy it. Spirit gives us blessings for us to enjoy for a lifetime, not for just the moment. That's the ego that wants us to just enjoy things for the moment because it's not smart enough to understand this isn't going to last forever. This happiness won't last forever. You know what I mean? But our higher self realizes that, and Spirit realizes that. This stone strengthens faith in yourself and aids in intuitive guidance. Beware of psychic vampires. You may be facing a temporary setback, but a reversal of fortune is possible. So be careful what you wish for, because it may come true. Like the devil card here, be very, very careful about what it is that you're wishing for. Like I was telling you guys, make sure that you're really assessing what you want and why you want it, because you are an intuitive being with the gift of foresight. That's what Labradorite talks about. And Labradorite deals with the third eye and the crown chakra and the signs Leo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So this actually confirmed the entire message for my pile number 2s here, and that's to keep your eyes open, because it's the most valuable asset that you own, and it's your light in the dark. Okay, so that's what's going to lead you out of the darkness, is your own light that you have. So the blockages that you have right now, you're really actually honestly in control of them. It's really just up to you to say, hey, let me make sure that what I want is truly going to fulfill me and is truly going to make me happy on a deep spiritual level, and that's what I would say one of your biggest main blockages is right now. But you opening your eyes is really going to clear that out of the way. So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile number 2s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, strength, and clarity, and hopefully you guys come back to visit me sometime soon. But until then, I'll be back next time. All right, bye guys. All right, and pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So let's go on ahead and check out your cards to see what blockages you may have that are currently in the way of your blessing. So we're going to be starting off with this card all the way over here to the left, and this card is going to be showing me what it is that you basically need in your life right now. So it's going to give me a little bit of an overview. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we got. 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is what you need right now is what you don't want to do. So there's a decision that you need to make, but you don't want to. You know something within your present life right now isn't right for you, but you have made the decision to stay and deal with it anyways, because as long as it's still around, that's better than being without it, is what I'm picking up here. And this thing or person or job or whatever it is feels safe for you because it's familiar. And this thing or person may feel familiar, but you know it isn't stable. But you'd still rather take your chances here with the familiar than out there vulnerable with the unknown. And you not making a decision is you actually making a decision, even though you might not think it is. And this has placed you in kind of a position where you are not able to move. You're stuck. You're stuck by fear. And that fear is the fear of the unknown. You will not find happiness staying in this space because it is comfortable. But I feel like I don't even need to say this to my pile number threes. I feel like I don't even need to say this to you because I feel like you already know that. It's like, you know, you won't be happy here, but you've settled for it all the same. And that's kind of like you gambling with your own happiness and peace here. And I want you to ask yourself if this comfortability is worth your happiness in the long run. If you think so, then that's totally your prerogative. But I don't think you'd be here on this reading if you truly believed that. So do not settle for anything or anyone that does not have the same value as you. If this person or thing can't see your soul, then they can't see your worth or your value. But that doesn't mean that you should be blind to your own worth and value because they're blind to it. You know, like if anything, you should be moving along elsewhere until you come across that person or thing that can see you for who you are. You shouldn't have to make anyone see or convince anyone of your worth. And if you find yourself in the position where you have to even utter or verbally state who you are and what you are worth, then that person or thing isn't worthy enough for you. Okay, so let's go on ahead and take a look at this middle card here, because this is going to be showing me what it is that you're trying to draw in or attract or call into your life, whether that be you actively trying to call it into your life or just something it is that you kind of want. So let's go ahead and take a look. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So confidence. I see you trying to call in boldness. I see you trying to call in the ability to say how you feel. I see you trying to call in or at least want these things, but I see you trying to call in or at least want to express yourself. You want the confidence and the esteem you see others leading and walking with, but I see you here not living up to that same standard that you want. I see you wishing for these things but not doing them. So you have got to push past your comfort zone here. You've placed yourself in this bubble because it's safe and warm and cozy and comfortable in there, but at the same time, you being in that bubble is difficult. The visual that I'm getting here is kind of like a kid sitting in their room, watching all the other kids from the neighborhood play outside. And like, yeah, it's cozy in your room and in that space in your bubble, that relationship, that job, you know, maybe not rocking the boat or appeasing everyone else. Maybe all those things are comfortable for you. But at the same time, as you're doing these things, life is passing you by, and you know that and you see that and you're hurting because of that. This is something that's very difficult for you. You feel life passing you by and it's not fun for you at all. I feel like my pile threes, I feel like you know all of this, but it's just so difficult and scary to leave this space. And I get that wholeheartedly. I've been there. But if you stay there, you will miss out on this vibrant and exciting life that Spirit has destined you to have and live before you were even born. It is part of your destiny to go out and really explore and live life. And you know you're supposed to be out there taking over the world. But you've chosen to stay in this safe confinement of the familiar. Is your comfortability worth your happiness? You know, like really ask yourself that. Is it really worth you missing out on life and missing out on these amazing experiences? All right, so let's go on ahead and take a look at this third card here, because this is going to be showing me the reason that you clicked on this video, which is the blockages. So let's see what blockages you have going on here. And we've got temperance in reverse. Ooh. Basically, what I'm getting with this temperance is you have to work with spirit. You have to be willing to push past your fears and anxieties. The only way for you to call in that confidence and assertiveness is by doing it, placing yourself in the position to do it, speaking up more. Yeah, but also removing yourself from that safety net that you've created. Spirit can only work with you as much as you allow spirit in, but the divine does not force ever. The divine draws in and attracts. It does not force. So you have to meet spirit halfway. And that next step is to step out of that bubble. So remove yourself from that comfortable place and into a space that will push you and challenges you. These challenges are going to slowly bring out your more confident, assertive, and dominant side, your more true side, or your more genuine side, who it is that you truly are, because this is who you truly are. And a part of you knows that this person that's afraid to venture out into the unknown isn't really you. And that's why you feel such a powerful pull to venture out, to step beyond this sheltered space. You can only go so far when you're restricted by that bubble, right? So there's a whole other world to live, and it's calling out to you. You have what it takes to step out there and live the life that you see for yourself. You just first have to realize that you are the only one that can make the decision of staying in the familiar or venturing out into this vast space called life. But you have got to work with the spirit, because right now you are living the life you want solely through your mind's eye. So you're kind of like living vicariously through your imagination. And it's time to align that imagination to your actions. That's alchemy right there. Just like temperance. Temperance is the card of alchemy, because when you combine what it is that you see and want for your life with your actions, you will become that unstoppable, confident force that can achieve anything, like the Queen of Wands here. And you already are that person. You just simply have to make that first step. Spirit in the universe is definitely waiting on you to make that first step, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at you guys' oracle cards, see what we got going on. The very first one that we have is the Rainmaker. I love this card. It's so pretty. So, yes. I've been so drawn to this particular deck lately. So what I'm saying with this Rainmaker here is you are the painter who holds the brush to your very own canvas. It's up to you what life you want to create and live. You have the most beautiful and intricate idea in your mind about the life you want to live. But that's the thing. It'll only ever exist in your mind if you don't start painting or forming your own picture. Bring those thoughts that you have that exist in your mind, bring those thoughts into tangible fruition through actions, one simple step at a time. The only step you need to make right now is the very first one. Very next card that we have is Wild Woman, my favorite card from this deck. I love this card because Wild Woman here, I need to hold this up. But basically, I love this card because she's such an exquisite and complicated being. She does not fit into any box that the world tried to create for her, because she knows and can sense a beautiful life out there that's calling out to her. She blatantly lives her life, and she makes no apologies about that. She is basically the Queen of Wands, which was also pulled for you. As you can see, she is wild and untamed by the world and others around her. And because she's unreachable to the world, it makes her even more attractive, even more beautiful and wild and magical and free. She is the personification of magic manifested through her ability to just simply be her and live like no one else is watching or no one else is even there. And that is what is calling out to you. Sheer freedom and genuine expression. You just simply have to do it. That's all. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next card here. And we have Eagle. Look at that. God, every card in this deck is so beautiful. So Eagle is this beautiful bird who sets his sights on one thing, then he takes quick action. So this card is another confirmation right here to just do it, like Nike, right? Just do it. So the eagle doesn't sit around and stare at what it is that he wants. No, he definitely doesn't do that. He scopes out what it is that he wants, and then he moves swiftly. You are like the eagle. You are an observer. You see and know exactly what it is that you want and need. You can see it clearly in your mind because you have been observing and you know what it is that you want. The next step is taking flight like the eagle, leaving that comfortability of the familiar and the safe. Just like the eagle has to leave the safety of his home in the trees and in the skies in order to take what he wants from the ground, you must do the same thing. Okay, the eagle, he doesn't like being on the ground. That's why we never really see eagles on the ground besides when they're swooping in and picking something up. They know that it's not safe on the ground. And so that's why the eagles, they see what it is that they want, they go after it, they get it swiftly, and then boom, they're right back out. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the energy that you need to kind of embody is, I know what it is that I want. I need to go out there and get it. The very next card that we have is truth. Look at that. Truth. And look, we have another eagle. Honestly, the eagle may even be one of your spirit animals if you've intuitively picked pile number 3. You must live, breathe, and exist only in your truth. Who are you? Who are you? Wear your true self proud with your head held high for all the world to see, like the wild woman card here and the Queen of Wands. Who are you? If other people weren't watching, if other people's opinions didn't matter, if other people didn't try to condition you and fit you into a box, and if other people weren't judgmental, who would you be? Really ask yourself, who would you be? And imagine that no one else is around. Who is that? We really truly get to see who we are genuinely and in a very kind of brutally honest way when we are free enough to make our own decisions. That is when our true self comes out, when we are not inhibited by everybody else, when we are just free to make our own decisions, free without the confinements of other people's opinions and judgments. That is when the true self comes out. The eagle and the Queen of Wands and the wild woman, these beings, they don't know how to be anything but themselves. And the eagle, he only knows what he wants and he dedicates himself to that. That's what makes these beings so fearless and beautiful all at the same time, maybe even a little intimidating to those that haven't harnessed or perfected their own craft of walking in their own truth. See, the next card that we have here is rejection. Okay, so this is what you're worried about, huh? You're worried about rejection. Well, the good news is that everyone is scared of rejection. It's painful and it hurts. Plus, the fear of rejection is something that's been embedded in humans ever since the beginning of time, where back when we first got here, humans were very reliant on their tribes. The very first humans had to stick together for basic survival. Everyone had to work together to stay safe and alive. So when someone broke the rules or did something unforgivable, the punishment was banishment from the tribe. In other words, it was rejection from your community. And so to be excommunicated like that was a death sentence, both physically and emotionally and mentally. So this is something very deeply embedded in us where we fear rejection. It's a natural thing, Humans need each other to survive, whether we want to admit it or not. And, even though we're far more technologically advanced now at this point, we still need other human beings to survive. We still need companionship. We still need camaraderie, And there is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be accepted, but there's a tribe for everyone. There's a place for everybody to belong. You just haven't found yourself yet. But the only way to find your tribe and the people that are going to appreciate the real you is to leave that bubble. You have to venture out into the world past the things and places that make you feel safe, okay? And the very last card that we have here is Golden Healer. Okay, so you might be a healer as well. So there may also be somebody around you or you yourself that is kind of clinging to the past, and that is holding you back. So really encourage yourself to let go of the past and of the familiar. You're being asked to transform your environment or take on a challenging task. So you have life out there waiting for you, okay? So don't restrict yourself anymore. The biggest blockages here is really you kind of just being a little too afraid, a little too scared to step out from that familiar place. That is one of your main blockages. But once you finally do that, you're finally going to receive that confidence and that assertiveness and that life it is that you see yourself living. You're finally going to attract that in. You just have to make that very first step, and then everything else is going to fall into place because the world, the universe, and spirit is waiting on you. All right. So this is all that I'm seeing from my pile number 3s. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, strength, support, and clarity, but you guys don't need it. You guys are going to be okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys come back to visit me sometime soon. And until then, I'll be back next time. All right. Bye, guys.